Hi everybody, today I'm coming from you live from the bathroom. Bathroom areas are one of the biggest areas for OTs to look at because safety wise, a lot of falls happen there, and every year it seems like we have more and more falls, starting with hip fractures, things like that, and of course after that they lose their independence and kind of have a rougher time getting back into things. But anyway, with that being said, definitely have your OT and PTs come out and see how they're doing transferring, things like that. Make sure they have the most appropriate assisted device, which means like a cane, a walker, wheelchair, things like that, and the safest thing for them. The biggest thing in bathrooms though, if it's an older type home, a lot of the bathrooms have like 18-inch doorways, 18 or 20-inch doorways. There's ways either to modify it, either to make it wider. It could be something as simple as putting offset hinges on it, or it could be something more constructive, needing to take the frame, make it wider, put like a pocket door or something like that in there. However, for as far as bathrooms, make sure you have lighting, good lighting in the bathroom for sure. I will be doing this one in a couple of segments because there's so many areas in the bathrooms that could help people out as much as needed and to increase independence and safety in the bathrooms. But definitely the lighting is a good one for the bathrooms. I like motion lights too in the bathroom, especially at night. If you have an elderly parent or somebody who doesn't see as well, somebody with low vision, you want to make sure they can get into and out of the bathroom at night and not have to fidget for the wall socket as well. So with that being said, make sure you have lighting and also possibly ventilation systems with the humidity and everything in the bathrooms, the condensation in the mirrors. You want to make sure you can get that out of the bathroom some to make it a little bit easier and doesn't make the floor slippery either from the condensation from the shower. But anyway, the first thing I wanted to discuss is the bathtub or shower area. Of course, the favorite thing we love to see is a zero barrier shower stall. Very few of us, me included, don't have one. So of course you gotta see how wide the doorway is for the shower. If there's a step up and it's not just a step over, it's a step down into a sunken shower, have your therapist, your home assessor come out to make sure that's the safest thing for them, or if they need to have that modified as well, because sometimes stepping over those, or if it has like one of the slider glass door jams, they can catch their foot and they fall into the shower stall. You don't want that happening, even though sometimes it could be something easy as like a grab bar on the side of the wall to help them hold on to step over, depending on what level of assistance they need. So definitely have your OT come out and check that out and how they're doing with their transfers for the bathroom. But anyway, there are various things you can do. A lot of older homes also have just the bathtub in them as well. In the bathtub, you want to make sure they have no throw rugs on the floor. You can have one to step out if as long as it's adhered to the floor, because you don't want them sliding on the tile either. So make sure that the tub, the shower mat is adhered to the floor outside of the tub. Inside of the tub, I do recommend non-skid strips. I will show you quick. Something like this. That way I prefer those as opposed to the mats, especially here in the Florida area. We have the lime, the slime, and the mildew. So with all that, it makes it very slippery. You can slide right off the mat. You don't want that happening. So these adhere to the bottom of the tub, these strips, and that way they don't slide and they stay there. Long handle shower heads with on-off switches. Looks something like this, minus all the stuff hanging from it. You want one of those with a long hose to it. And you can also buy one of these gizmos as well. They suction to the wall and they hold the shower hose to the wall if they're in a seated position, if they need something like that. But anyway, I'm showing you all this stuff. That way they can have it to hold on to from a seated position. So in the case of a shower, no matter kind of what age they are, because with any kind of cardiac issues, endurance issues, if they have a new hip, back problems, anything like that, you want them more seated than standing, because you can slip in a tub, and to grab your bearings is harder to do in a slick tub. Even as younger people, we've all fallen there, let's be honest. But anyway, so with that being said, there are different types of benches, seats, and chairs. You have to have them assessed by PT or OT for sitting balance. Make sure they're safe in sitting. So you don't want to give them a chair that doesn't have a back or arm rails in the sides, and one that they have the most independence to be able to use. Even with the bench in the tub, I do like to see a grab bar on the side if they're able to step over the side of the tub only. If not, I'll show you different options for that too. But if they're able to step over the side of the tub safely, I would put like a grab bar right here for them to hold. Once again, this is where your home is, your palace. So you want to be able to make it to reach the height that they can reach, not necessarily higher where a lot of people put them, but lower to where they're accessible for them to hold on to. And as well as one on the far wall over here, you'd want one as well. Maybe one on an angle, more like this, so they can grab onto it to hold on to wash their area or anything like that if they're standing, and then sit back down if they're able to do that safely. But anyway, I will be coming right back to you in just a few minutes with some ideas for benches as well, and types of chairs that are safe. They do have different styles, different fashions, or ones that would be the best for your clients, and I'll show you one of my favorites, just because if you live alone or you're getting older, those are the safest bets if you have to stick with the tub idea for now. So anyway, see you in a little while. Welcome back. Making sure it's rolling. Back into a different area. The areas I want to go over too are the things like the different type of benches out there. There's different styles, different features to it, and things like that you have to look at. One thing I want to mention real quick is there are grab bars that suction to walls or adhere to the side of the tub. Just be careful. I've seen those come off the walls very easily, and I've seen them fall also, or slide sideways, and people fall that way. So just be careful. I'm really not a fan of them, but just to put that out there, I prefer the ones that adhere to the wall, and make sure you have somebody that's professional to put those into the wall, because you want to make sure they're not hooked just to the tile, they're hooked to a stud. And if you're building your house, even better, put all kind of reinforcement in the shower area. That way you can just put a grab bar up whenever you need it, and you don't have to always look for the studs and stuff. So with that being said, as far as different shower benches or chairs out there are ones that have backs, no backs. There are ones for bariatrics. There's ones for standard regular weights. So look at the weight limits, look at the size of it, and look at the area of all the dimensions, if it can fit into your tub first off. And some of them are made with metal legs. All of them are actually adjustable. So they either have like the little peg buttons to adjust the different sizes, or they have they twist to make them higher or lower. So definitely adjust them to the size they need. You don't want them too low where their knees are higher than their bottoms, but you don't want them too high to where they'll slide right off the chair either. So make sure you have an even height, and your therapist or your home health therapist can come out as for sure and help you adjust those as well. And be there to make sure everything looks safe before they even consider doing the shower at home after coming from a hospital or a nursing home or a long stay somewhere. But anyway, so those are some ideas to put them out there to you guys. And definitely have your therapist come out and look at the sitting balance, things like that, like I mentioned earlier. Here's some ideas of different things. Back to my little elementary days here, it's fun. This is just a standard shower bench. You see them in any drugstore or anything like that. There is no back, and see how the legs have the adjusted pegs to them. That way you can make them higher or lower. Once again, you have to have good sitting balance for this, and make sure it fits into your tub, because some of the old like Queen Anne type tubs and stuff, maybe it won't fit in there because it's more made for square tubs. So make sure that'll work before you even consider it, and make sure it's a safe option for your family member because of the fact that it doesn't have a back or arms. Okay, here's one with a back to it, in case they don't have the back feature too much for if they extend back some. This is a safer option. Of course, this one does not have arms, and it is adjustable. As you can see, it has the legs in it. With these type of legs, the metal legs, you do want to make sure you kind of lean them to the side and get the water out of the legs, because sometimes they can rust at the bottom because the water will sit in those holes that are adjustable on the legs of them. Okay. This is a different brand, of course. This is the kind that twists to make it higher or lower. This is just another model, one with the back. It looks like it has a little wider seat for more of a bariatric type weight limit to it. If you can see it real good, that one's kind of light. Here's one with armrests as well, and the back. Some of them will come in like a cushion type model and no cushion, just to FYI. And again, the adjustable legs on most of them, and all of them actually, I think. So anyway, this has the armrest. This looks like a bariatric style because the armrests kind of come out more. So make sure if it's a bariatric client or patient or a family member that you have the size that will fit in your area too. That's another thing to look at as well. Or you might have to make different modifications to the home. This one has a swing away type style arm to it. So if your loved one is being transferred by what we call a transfer board, and you'll find that out what that is from your PT and OT if you needed one. It's for somebody who doesn't bear weight in their lower extremities or don't have lower extremities to bear weight in. Basically, slide across a bar, so you'd have to remove the arm while they're going across, and then put the arm down for safety, because sometimes trunk control is also an issue. This here is like a teak type style bench. I call it like the Murphy type style bed, like the Murphy beds from the 60s and 70s. It basically folds up to the wall, so it's out of the way in case everybody in the bathroom does not need a bench necessarily. It's more of like a universal design. This one here, however, will get a little bit of slippery to it because it is wood, and it does not have armrests or anything, so you have to have quite a bit of trunk control in order to do this. This one also folds up, and the arms fold back as well. It comes down from off the wall as well. The legs are adjustable, and it can be also adjusted to the height of the person that uses it, mostly by the way they mount it to the wall. So this can be folded away as well. It's a little safer because it does have armrests to it for trunk control. This is my all-time favorite for those that don't have the ability to step over the side of a tub. This way your loved one turns around, faces their back to the bench, sits down, and while from a seated position spins their legs into the tub and slides over on the bench as well. This way they're seated the whole time, coming in and out of the tub. You don't have to worry about them being able to get their legs over the side of the tub or tripping on the side of the tub when they're trying to get in or out. So this is one of my favorites. These sides with the backrest can come on either side. It's how you put it together, really. And some have armrests and some do not. I think my next one has, yeah. This one has an armrest on it as well, so they can push up to it. This one's printed a little lighter, so I didn't. And once again, these also have adjustable leg rests, so of course the one in the tub will be a little shorter than the one on the outside of the tub. These are for more of your dependent family members that need to recline in space because they have very little trunk control, and for safety. This one would need a zero barrier with no barrier at all roll-in shower, so to make this one work into your areas. So this is not to be used in a tub at all. It can recline back, that way they're safer in a more reclined position, and they are dependent to be rolled in. This one here, they have more of a sitting balance, but once again it has to be used for a zero barrier shower, and it has to be rolled into the shower as well, and it has a padded seat. And some of these are also used for commodes. They come with buckets that you can put underneath it as well. Same thing here. This one, however, I do like to use this one for my spinal cord patients that have trunk control. They can propel themselves into the shower. It can also be used as a commode as well. And if they use a transfer board, like most paraplegics or quadriplegics may use, they can push the armrest away to slide across, put it back down, and they go about their way. So if not, they do have the bar on the back as well if they have low endurance, to help push them in and out the shower as well. But once again, they have to have seating control or balance trunk control to be able to use this one here, and it does have the brakes on it as well. The other ones have lower brakes, such as like this, like you see here as well on the bottom, to push down to keep it from rolling once you're in the shower area. But these handheld brakes make it independent for them to be able to use. So those are some ideas, both for be able to use in the tub as well as the shower area. So once you have your OT or PT come out to assess what will work best, or a home assessment by your occupational therapist, they will tell you which one works safest for them to be able to do within their home, and that way you feel better which ones you can purchase instead of having a dust collection of different durable medical equipment at the house. So I hope this helps. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all soon.